Hi Pisces, how are you? This is Shooting Stars Tarot. Welcome to your monthly X spread and your weekly reading. I'm going to do this new spread every month, and it's going to be asking about your ex, the dreaded ex, the missed ex, the loved ex, the hated ex, all right? So the purpose of this, first of all, I've added this reading to my website. So if you're interested in getting this reading, click on the link below, or any reading, you can click on the link below. And I'm going to do these really short because I have a bunch of private readings I need to catch up on. So next month they'll be a lot longer, but also if you order the private one, it will be a much longer, more detailed, more clarified reading. Okay, so just stay tuned. This one will only be like 6 or 7 minutes. All right, Pisces. We are here to ask 4 questions. Does your ex think about you? Do they miss you? The second question is, do they have any regrets or any sort of personal accountability about what happened, what went down, what happened, and why it ended? So are they taking any sort of responsibility about it in terms of how they think about what happened? The third question is, are they going to be coming towards you, or is there any sort of communication in the near future between you two? And then the last question is there any hope for reconciliation? Now, that question does not mean, are you going to reconcile? It doesn't mean you want to. It doesn't mean they want to. It just means, is there any hope? Is that an option? Okay. No matter if you're both seeing other people or whatever, all right? Is there an option of reconciling in the future? All right, Pisces, Spirit and Universe, what's going on with Pisces X? Does the X think about Pisces? Do they miss them? Is Pisces on their mind? Is Pisces on their mind? That one, Death. 7 of Cups and 9 of Wands reversed. Okay, Pisces, so they see a major or they're going through a major transformation. So do they think about you in a transformative way? Okay, they still see you as the one for them. They still narrowed down you. So do they think about you? Do they miss you? Yes. 9 of Wands, do they have any fight left in them? Do they see any sort of, this is in terms of their thoughts, okay? Do they see, do they feel like their thoughts are going to lead anywhere? Or are they just kind of, going into fantasy land types of thoughts? And that answer is no. They think they're just kind of in this fantasy land. They kind of know there's no reality to it. But they definitely think about you and they miss you, and it's kind of transforming for them on some way. You're not transforming for them, but the way they're thinking about you is transforming. How is this transforming? Let's get a clarifier. How is this transforming for Pisces X in terms of what they're thinking about and missing about the Pisces? Please clarify the Death card. Ace of Wands and Temperance. Okay, so they are definitely thinking very passionate thoughts about you, but they're also being very controlled about the whole scenario, really. They miss you. They don't really see, they feel like their thoughts are just kind of selfish thoughts, maybe because they're sexual, but they're pretty calm about it all. All right, Pisces, let's go to the next question. Do they have any sort of regrets about what happened in the relationship? Is there any sort of personal accountability and responsibility about what happened? 3 of Wands, reversed, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So, do they have regrets? Yeah, they feel like it's over. They don't feel like their ships are coming in, and this Knight of Wands energy is something that comes in and goes out and comes in and goes out. It's a very fluid, temperamental, or temporary type of energy, and so they may feel like your relationship was kind of like that, and they regret it. because they wanted something very solid and stable and tried and true and honest and loyal. They wanted stability, but it wasn't. It was just going and coming and going and coming. And I feel, that they don't really have regrets on their end, other than they didn't really know what to do in order to make it feel stable. And they just kind of feel like the whole relationship, in a weird sort of way, was a tragedy. But they're moving on from that. They're kind of maybe taking it for what it was, and maybe realizing that they just wished it was more, but they realized that despite their efforts, it just wasn't. Okay, third question. Pisces, is your ex going to be coming towards you? Or is there going to be any future communication with your ex, Pisces? Is your ex going to be coming towards you? Seven of Pentacles, Judgment, Knight of Swords. Okay, so despite the fact that there's transformation and temperance, they kind of feel like they were led astray and lied to, because they feel like there was something that was solid that was there, something that was tangible, something that was real, and they wanted more of that with you, but they felt like they were just kind of completely misjudged. And then they're very angry about that, because they feel that in terms of coming towards you, they kind of feel like it would just be completely pointless, despite the fact that they felt like something was growing. It wasn't. It was very in and out. They wanted it to be more solid, but for whatever reason, it wouldn't. And they felt very misjudged by that on some weird level. This Knight of Swords is a very rash, jumping to conclusions type of energy, and so they kind of feel it's moving towards a judgment, and judgment reverses looking towards that. So while they felt there was this whole good side of the relationship, there was also this very judgmental side of the relationship, filled with fury and bad thoughts, really. That's how they feel about you. They feel that you were doing that. Okay. So in terms of, are they going to be coming towards you? It doesn't really look like it. Let's clarify it. Let's clarify this Knight of Swords. Please clarify this Knight of Swords for Pisces. Nine of Swords. Okay. They're not having any sort of anxiety or depression about it. But it doesn't really look like they're really going to be coming towards you, despite all the other thoughts. They kind of feel like they just might be in fantasy land, and they're just kind of moving on, but they're still holding on to those memories. Okay, Pisces. Reconciliation. Is there a chance for any sort of reconciliation? Is there a chance for any sort of reconciliation? Emperor. You might be dealing with an Aries or another fire sign, or, it just could mean that it's an option. There's no regrets. There really is no regrets in terms of, if there were a reconciliation, there wouldn't be regrets. There definitely is an opportunity, though, because there's the Hangman here, and this is the card of Pisces, and so they're kind of waiting for you to make a move and then see what happens. All right. Last question. Is there any advice for Pisces? What is the advice for Pisces with respect to their ex? Eight of Pentacles reversed. Advice is that, there's not really much work you don't want to put work into it, or there's not really work to do. I feel this whole sense of moving on type of energy, but still holding on to these memories of what could have been, and that's not very healthy. So I feel like your ex is kind of doing that on some weird level, but also there's this sense of moving on-ness, and so there's this, in terms of advice for you, means to not do anything, don't put any work into it. Okay? All right, Pisces. Well, if you want that in more detail, order the private reading. Otherwise, I will see you next week, and I'll see you with this spread next month. All right, love you. Bye.